Schola Gregoriana came later. In fact, when I was moving back to the UK, I had a discussion with the new chairman of the trustees of Schola Gregoriana, a wonderful man called Julian Barclay, who is actually the son of Sir Lennox Barclay, the composer. And he is very knowledgeable about chant, very committed to Schola Gregoriana and its evolution. And he asked me, we actually met at Le Barou, which is another monastery in the south of France, where he was for a few days. And so we overlapped. We didn't know we were going to overlap. So we chatted about this, and he asked me, and the trustees asked me subsequently if I would take on the direction of it. It's a very interesting organisation because it was created by Dr. Mary Berry after the Second Vatican Council, and she was alarmed about the music in the liturgy at that time because there was such a shift, and music was being written quite fast and often not very well to fill liturgical needs that hadn't been there before. And she actually, because she was a nun, you know, and she obtained permission to live her ministry, as it were, outside of her community, doing this extraordinary evangelistic work.
She wasn't a cookbook writer then, was she?
No, it's not the same Mary Berry, no. But you should look her up, because she died a few years ago, sadly. She was such a charismatic person as well. She could get people to do anything. I mean, it was extraordinary. People would bend over backwards to make even the most ambitious and sometimes over-ambitious projects work, just by her power of her personality and her skills and gifts. One of the nicest things about Schola Gregoriana, and what I think probably in the end the most important thing about it, is holding chant workshops, which can last a day, or they can last a few days, or they can be over a period of time, and we can do what we like. And indeed, we have done all kinds of different sorts of courses. But the chant days are special because they're very inclusive. If I give an example, I did one in Cartmel Priory, up in the Lake District, which, in addition to being an amazing place, the people were just, maybe we were just lucky actually, but the people were amazing, and it was a superb collection of parishioners, Anglican and a few Catholics as well, who came together around this project of learning about the chant, so some of its history, the liturgical context, the reading of it, the singing of it, obviously. All of these things came together during the course of this day and culminated in the singing of Vespers.
What a marvellous experience.
It was superb, because of course it's not just for specialists. It brought so many people from those parishes, I should say, together around a common goal. And there's nothing more rewarding than when you get a group of people together around a common goal. You know what the goal is, you know. That's so often actually, where there's dysfunction often in church music, it's because the goals aren't clear. And at Schola Gregoriana, I'm thrilled to be doing something that is ultimately for congregational singing, which, you know, I should be going on about the virtues of allowing the choir to sing everything and show how wonderful it is and sing complicated music. But I can think of few things more rewarding than those services we have done at the end of chant workshops. And of course it's such an accomplishment for everybody.
You've done it again here in Malvern, haven't you?
I have done it twice in Malvern, yes. I've done it in a few places, also in Dowie Abbey, where there's a young Catholics Association course each year. And so that is certainly an aspect of Schola Gregoriana that is, once we're allowed to go out and function normally following the virus restrictions.
There is no ensemble as such then?
No, Now there are some.
It's
Really?
an institution with the purpose of promoting Gregorian chant or protecting something like that.
Yes, and I think different people come to it with different emphases. You know, some people have a particular commitment to what is known as the extraordinary form of liturgy, which Benedict XVI authorised. For others, it's certainly not just about that. It can be, and certainly my focus is very much also on the ordinary form, because even at Solemn they sing the ordinary form, but they sing all the chant. So I think on a practical level in parishes, it can be about introducing one piece of Gregorian chant, which everybody can sing together. Obviously, the more complicated the piece is, the more likely it would have been sung by a soloist or a small schola, as they're called. But Schola Gregoriana, to go back to your excellent observation, doesn't have a regular ensemble. It does put together an ensemble from people who are friends of it or associates of it to sing, and there have been some really excellent recordings over the years that have been done.
I see.
Particularly with Mary Berry, but not exclusively, also with Jeremy White, who succeeded her and who was an amazing singer. He sings at Covent Garden very graciously. Superb voice. And so there are some wonderful CDs which have been made, and indeed which will probably continue. I mean, we have a couple of ideas in the backs of our minds about various artistic projects coming up, but talking about the essential, it is about helping people to realise that they are capable of singing a Gregorian mass setting, shall we say, or a Marian hymn beautifully, all together, and that it's not just about the choir. And I feel very close to this.